Hello everybody, ScottX1307 back again with another video. Recently tagged by Tylock Somebody in the 4 creator tag video that's going around lately. Very cool video tag series, getting everyone's the top 4 creators that really influenced their collecting and reading of comics. It's very cool to hear everybody's different artists and writers so far. A lot of good stuff, some good stories. So it's really cool to be tagged in another one of these. Been a while since one has gone around. First I want to say I appreciate the tag, Tyler. Very cool. This has been fun going through some stuff and thinking about different creators and all, but also very difficult. Look, see, it drove me to drinking. Nah, yeah, I don't drink very much, but a buddy of mine turned me on to one of these. Angry Orchard. Girlfriend picked up one a little while back and tried it. Not too bad. It's a green apple hard cider, so I'm gonna sit back and drink this. Probably first alcoholic drink I've had in about 2 years. And sit back and drink a little bit of this and talk about some creators here. Like I said, it's very hard, very difficult to narrow down through all the creators in comic books. And not really top 4, top favorite, but like the top 4 that influenced you the most in your collecting. Very difficult. A lot of good stuff out there, and I hate that it's just 4. Alright, we'll go ahead and get into this first creator, and this was kind of a definite for my 4, I think for a number of people, and that is Jack Kirby. I was fortunate enough, some of the first comics that I ever received from an old childhood friend, a few years older than me. I had some stuff passed down to him from an uncle or a cousin or something, and there were a few of these Marvel Spectaculars, which reprinted the early Thor stories. These are from the mid-70s, reprinting the stories of the 60s, and it's just got, I mean, first of all, it's the cover to this. Just when I first got the books, it was a shoebox full, old Reebok shoebox. Just the cover of this one really stood out, and there was another one as well with him and Hercules. Just flipping through them and seeing his art, something about Kirby's art just struck me the first time I saw it. The character designs, especially this one doesn't have any of his space scenes, but you know, his depictions of space and the cosmos and the Kirby crackle, that energy signature they did was just terrific. Really liked his characters, looked you know, strong. Again, it just, his art was just fantastic. The way he does that panel. Also the way he designed, you know, his panels and the action, and it made the characters look like they were moving. And so very cool, very cool. There were also some Fantastic Four reprints in that collection as well. Marvel's Greatest Comics. I remember this issue because I kept thinking, how could anybody enslave the Thing? You know, he's strong as hell. You know, he invulnerable. Bullets don't hurt him. You know, it's just it's very cool, and I think it's the first time I ever saw Skrulls as well. And I don't think there are too many people that can match Kirby's version of the Thing. I mean, to me, that's the penultimate thing. It really looks like living stone. Trying to find a real clear picture, but again, oh, there's another cool Kirby design. You can always tell his character designs, the geometric patterns and shapes. Yeah, here's some good Kirby action with the Thing. So it's very cool, and I was lucky to be you know, like 9-10 years old and get exposed to some Jack Kirby awesomeness. Next, it was a hard decision to make. Next I'll show, it's probably one of the first indie creators that I found, and it's really one of the first that showed me that comic books could be a little more than just superhero stuff. Instead of just characters in tights, they can be more real life, can be based on tragedy and things like that. It was, and I'll be honest, it started with the announcement of the movie and reading about it and what it was based on, and then I had to go and find the series before I saw the movie. And that was James OBarr, The Crow. He said, went and picked this up, this copy right here. I don't know if it's first printing of the trade or not, but I picked it up and 90s before, just before the movie came out. Read it, got really pumped for the movie. This story just blew me away. Fantastic black and white art, you know, and his painted work is just awesome as well. But the story is what got me. The story of tragedy and revenge. It really got me. Like I said, it showed that comic books can be more than just for kids, and can be more than just, you know, characters in tights and superheroes. Was very cool. Like I said, it got me pumped for the movie, and the movie is still one of my favorite movies to date. Some great black and white artwork, and the Crow, the character itself, is just a great design with the makeup and the all black. It's very cool. Looks very spooky. And from there, I found another indie artist, Joseph Michael Linsner, creator of Dawn. Started picking up Dawn with the Lucifer's Halo miniseries, first miniseries, and then went on to find Cry for Dawn, Crypt of Dawn, things like that. This one I got for Christmas this year, or last year. But this is what showed me a different kind of art style, that it could be more than, I don't know, you know, more than just, you know, kind of pencil work. It's what kind of turned me on to, I discovered Linsner before Alex Ross. Then I found Alex Ross, and really it was like, you know, comic book art can be, you know, can be high art. It can be some amazing stuff. His painted work is fantastic. And I always liked the story, especially in Lucifer's Halo, of Dawn being the goddess, the wife of death. She can kind of move between heaven and hell and earth. She really has no bounds. But his painted work was very cool. I love some of his weird kind of horror designs. And then great battle scene. But all these characters are very realistic. His depiction of Dawn is very, looks very real. She has the look of a real woman. She has hips. She's not supermodel, bone thin, with completely out of proportion body. It's not perfect, but it's definitely some of the things are a lot more realistic to me. Plus, it's Dawn. But then the designs that he uses here, like for the demons and things like that, it was just very spooky. So, and that's really kind of the two people that got me turned on to indie books, which is kind of where I've stayed now. So Linsner, such a fantastic artist. I was glad to meet him last year at Heroes and get some signatures, and very, very cool. Alright, so last creator. And I have to thank my mom and the owner of the comic book store that I used to go to as a kid. My mom was picking these up. They were geared, I was like 12, 13. These were geared for an older audience. I read them at the time, did not get everything that was in them, understood a good bit of it, but the main thing that I understood is that comic storytelling had been taken kind of to a new level. It showed that it can transcend panels on a page. It can be moving, almost spiritual. It showed there can be a lot more to a comic story, to the story itself. They should be looked at the same way novels and any other written word story should be treated with the same way. And that was Neil Gaiman on Sandman. Like I said, my mom, the owner of the comic book store, first one I ever went to, started going to there for a while. He talked her into reading Sandman. I thought that was cool as shit. It was my mom at the time. She was in her 40s, and she started reading comic books. Like I said, I would get done reading my X-Men and Spider-Man and Superman, Batman, and Avengers, things like that, and would go and grab her Sandman and read them. Stories, even at that time, just kind of blew me away. There were parts that just really moved me. I remember mostly the story. I think it's in Seasons of Mist. It's kind of a take on Midsummer Night's Dream. His dealings with Lucifer and trying to free his ex-lover from hell, who he had banished there. Meeting with all the other Endless Ones. Meeting with other kind of cosmic entities like Odin, and some Egyptian gods, some fairy and things like that, and it just, the story was amazing. And then later on, going back and reading it in my 20s, I was able to understand everything, and it just really cemented that you know, the boundary of comic storytelling had been broken. And I think it's another reason why, you know, all the way through the 90s I collected X-Men, Spider-Man up to the Clone Saga, stuff like that. Early 2000s, after high school, got back into X-Men, picked up, what was that time, cross-gen comics, things like that. Stayed with superheroes for a while, but started branching out into Dark Horse, Image, started reading Concrete, Madman, other things like that, because the storytelling in superheroes just wasn't cutting it anymore, especially after rereading these. And I think that's really one of the big influences of why I prefer indie stories today. So like I said, that was very hard to narrow down. You know, ask me again in a week and it'd probably be at least 3 other. I think Kirby would stay in the list permanently, but it might be 3 other creators at the time. And this has gone on for a minute, hasn't it? That, like I said, there were a bunch of other creators. Mark Waid, Alex Ross, Maurice Severin, Joe Kubert, Jim Lee, Chris Claremont, Matt Wagner, McFarlane, Mike Allred, and probably 100 others I could name. But those are all honorable mentions. So. Alright, so alright, let's go ahead and finish this up. Gotta choose 3 or 4 people to tag to do their own video, and I tried to find other videos that people have done so far and see who had been tagged, and I think I went ahead and picked 4. I think I've got 4 who haven't been tagged. So I am going to tag Tom Ryan. I'm sure you didn't see that coming. Collectorofstuff, ComixQuest, Ira, and MSki361. So you 4 guys have been tagged. I would like to see your creator, 4 creator video. That would be very cool if you could do that. Thank you very much. Please and thank you. Alright guys, that's about it. So we'll stop rambling on here. So again, 4 creators: Kirby, James OBarr, Joseph Michael Linsner, and Neil Gaiman, however you pronounce his last name. Great stuff. It definitely influenced my collecting habits and the stories that I read, things like that. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks again, Tyler, for the tag. I hope I didn't bore the shit out of everybody. So take care. Everybody, till next time, keep reading those books. Later.